Hi, you guys. Happy Monday. It's not Monday. Happy Sunday, you guys. What am I talking about? Happy Monday. Happy Sunday, you guys. Danita, I see you. Camilla, I see you. Camilla. Welcome, you guys. Happy Sunday. Let me get on my stuff. Can everybody hear me and see me clearly? Can you hear me and see me clearly? I got the phone kind of different this time, but it's okay. Can you guys hear me? See me? Thanks, Danita. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm here like a minute early. At least I'm still early. At least I'm on time. You know what I mean? Happy Sunday. How is everybody? How's it going? Where are you from? Because you know I want to know where we're from, right? I will jump in. I'm going to pull up my articles because I always have articles from the week, right? I had an auction last week. I had an auction on Thursday in Hernando, which is Mississippi. If y'all don't know, like, it's in Mississippi. Auction last week. I have an auction this week. This week is March, you guys. So I'm expecting some foreclosure numbers to come out. I got some commercial information coming out. Articles, we have foreclosure numbers, you know, all the things. Boston, welcome from Boston, the Northeast Coast, represent. I know Danita's from Tennessee, loud and clear. Come on, New York, we loud and clear today. Wi-Fi is strong. The force is strong today. Praise him. The Wi-Fi is strong today. Okay, it is 8 o'clock on the dot. Let's jump in. Welcome, everybody. You know I gotta do the introduction. In case you're new here or in case you're watching the replay, you guys, I am Ashley Pickens. I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee, you guys. I've been in real estate. I bet y'all are like saying this with me because you know what I'm about to say. So I've been in real estate since 2006. So this is my 18th year. Clearly, I got licensed when I was like 7. Clearly. So I got licensed in 2006 as a real estate agent. I've been a real estate broker over a firm with agents. And the reason most of you are here is because I'm an auctioneer. I auction off foreclosures at the courthouse. I'm always at the courthouse, right? So I auction off foreclosures here in Shelby County, parts of Mississippi. Sometimes I'm in Nashville. It just depends. In all kind of like the little rural counties in the southeast, right, is where I auction. So last week I was in Mississippi in Hernando courthouse. Again, I'm always at the courthouse. Usually, like I know on TV, it kind of makes it seem like the auction is like in their front yard. Maybe if it's the seller that wants to auction it off, like the seller is actually, you know, like selling it instead of putting it on the market, they might get, you know, somebody to auction off their house just to sell it quicker. But typically, foreclosure auctions are not at the people's house. Y'all, because people could still be living in the house, right? So I'm not going to be auctioning off in their front yard. So I'm always at the courthouse. And that's just a reminder that usually foreclosure auctions, like trustee sales, are at the county courthouse. Okay? Now, auction.com, they might be at different locations. So my point is, I'm an auctioneer, you guys. I'm the one that says going once, going twice, sold. That is me. So welcome. Happy Sunday. I'm glad everybody is here. I see Maryland, New York. I know you're here. Loud and clear, New York, Boston. We got the Northeast on lock, it seems like. So I know, Jamal, don't come on here clowning tonight. But yeah, that's part of your due diligence. Not that I'm telling anybody, welcome Atlanta. I posted a whole bunch of your auctions in my stories a few minutes ago. Y'all got some big properties going up for auction. Next week, Georgia. Next week, it is showtime for Georgia. You know, you're the first Tuesday of the month and your list is long, Georgia. I posted a bunch of them in my stories. I'm on Instagram, Your Agent Ashley, you guys. So look at my stories. Y'all got like a big, I don't know. Y'all got a couple big monsters going up for auction. Like everybody else, California has some big mansions going up for auction. Yeah, Atlanta's list is super long. They even have, I can see, since Atlanta only auctions once a month, I can see March, April, and May auctions. May auctions, some of May auctions are already scheduled for Atlanta. I can see, I posted some of those today. Go look at my stories. Your Agent Ashley, if you're on Instagram. Um, so next week is a big auction week, and I predict that we're going to have a lot of auctions here shortly, right? If my predictions are correct. Not that I'm psychic, right? I am not Cleo. But I am saying, oh, let me see. Georgia, we got a whole bunch of Georgia. Florida, okay, Monroe County, Florida. I posted some West Palm Beach auctions in my stories a few minutes ago. So, because y'all know I'm looking for my beach house. You know I'm looking for my beach house, right? So, anyway, what was I going to say? I'm predicting, like again, not that I'm psychic or anything, but I might be a little psychic. COVID protection ended in November, right? The end of November, COVID protection ended. West Palm Beach, that's right, Jamal, $37.13, right? Somebody was like, Ashley, did you mean 37,000? I'm like, no, 37. Like if I give you two 20s, I need some change back. $37, right? So, what was I saying? COVID protection ended, right? Hello, Captain John Smith from Pocahontas. What was I saying, you guys? Yes, COVID protection ended at the end of November, right? We've all talked about this. So that meant if COVID protection ended November 30th, they didn't make them pay a mortgage for December. So everybody probably had to pay that first mortgage coming out of COVID protection January 1st. And foreclosure numbers went up for January. Here we are. We just got February. We're going to see what February numbers look like. And then March. So keep in mind, typical foreclosure process, you guys. Usually, the lender will file that notice of default when you're 3 months behind. That's usually how it works. 3 months behind, they file the notice of default, and then you either have to pay your entire past due balance or your house goes up for auction. That's how that works. So, I'm predicting everybody had to pay their payment. So that's January, February, March, April. Let's see what these foreclosure numbers are looking like. But I did see, you guys, hold on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I saw a new protection, a new assistance for people in foreclosure, which I knew what was going to happen. You know, once they start getting these default numbers, they're going to be like, hold on, we need, you know, they're going to try to come up with, FHA just came out with, okay, I'm going to read this and you all help me dissect this because I feel like I'm smart, right? But I feel like sometimes they really make things complicated on purpose, right? Because I will put it in ChatGPT and be like, rephrase this in easy to understand terms and then put the whole article in it. But, you know, so, okay, here we go. FHA, hi Frida from Philly, I see you. FHA unveils, and I'm country, so that don't really help. And I got a little twang. So let me try to read this article to the best of my ability so we can all understand it, right? So, FHA unveils home retention option for borrowers struggling with payments. Welcome from Maryland. I see you, Paris. Okay, so listen. Okay, so it's a new loss mitigation, right? Only for FHA insured single family mortgages, right? So it's called the payment supplement. It will allow mortgage servicers to temporarily reduce a borrower's mortgage payment by using funds from a partial claim that enables the borrower to access up to 30% of the outstanding balance of their mortgage. Did that make sense to y'all? You're not late. I just got here. We all just got here. You're not late. You're right on time. So, it will allow temporarily reduce a borrower's mortgage payment by using funds from a partial claim that enables the borrower to access up to 30% of the outstanding balance of their mortgage. So, hey, from Florida, I see you. Miami, I see you. So, the partial claim amount is placed in a junior lien and paid back when the homeowner sells or refinances the home. So, I don't know. It says that the mortgage servicers can begin implementing this on May 1st, but it must implement the solution for all borrowers by January 1st, 2025. So, that's what it sounds. I mean, I see what you said, Jamal. Borrower can access up to 30% of their outstanding balance of their mortgage. And so they are going to, if you're behind on your mortgage, it will reduce a borrower's mortgage payment by using funds. I don't know. So they came out with something. It sounds like, it does kind of sound like a HELOC. So I don't know. I'll post this, but this is the newest thing that they just came up with for borrowers that are behind on their mortgage. And I knew they were going to do it, you guys, because why would they come up with some kind of assistance if that many people weren't behind? Haha, right? So that means we got a whole bunch of people behind, but we already knew that. That's just using fancy words to say HELOC, but if you can't afford it now, good luck trying to come back from that. And I see a lot of people who got loan modifications, you guys, and didn't realize that they put a second lien on their house, right? This guy called me, he was in foreclosure, had a modification back in 2020, and then when he went to sell it, he had his original mortgage and a lien from when he did a modification, and it was $55,000. $55,000 second lien from a modification. And he was like, they didn't tell me. I was like, okay, sir. Okay, just know that you're not going to get a lot of money back when you sell this house, because you got a $55,000 modification lien sitting on your house right now. So just understand, you know, when they come out with different programs, you have to read it for understanding. Read it for understanding is what I'm saying. But I know a lot of people will not. When you're behind on your mortgage and you're afraid of foreclosure, you know, people just start signing stuff. It's like, sign this and you'll be okay. And people, you know what I mean? Like, it's just when you're in desperate need of relief, you just gonna sign it and don't realize what you're signing, honestly. So I hope people realize what this is, or read it for understanding, right? And then again, everybody won't qualify for it, like everything, right? Everybody doesn't qualify for it. It will be some people who still lose their house, right? So I got some more numbers. Look, I got some more numbers for us. February numbers are out. And first, let me preface this by saying, if you know me, you know that I don't believe any of these numbers that I read to you, right? Even when I put them out here and I'm like, you know, 1.3 million, y'all, I don't believe any of these numbers, right? I think they're drastically higher than what everybody's reporting. What paper do you give the homeowner in foreclosure? So I have a brochure, you guys. I don't have my brochure right here. You know, I have a brochure that I give people that I made, that I'm going to make available to y'all if y'all want to use it. I feel like I'm about to be like the distressed market one-stop shop for y'all, right? I got a new letter bundle coming out for probate, heirship, and vacant properties, you guys, that you can just print it off. And even for the neighbors, I even made a neighbor letter. Like, so you know when y'all are driving for dollars and it's like, look for vacant properties, but it's like, who I'm gonna mail it to? It's vacant, right? So I guess you look on taxes and find an address, but it's vacant. But a lot of times, you guys, the neighbors know, right? So I even made a letter, right, that you can leave at the neighbor's house, right? That's like, hey, I made it real nice. Don't worry, I made it real nice and professional for you. You can just fill in the address part, and it just says, you know, I got you different varieties of what you can say. But basically, like, I'm interested in the house. You put in the address, and we'll say, and if you have any of their contact information, I would really appreciate it. It's nice, right? I can't think top of my head what it says, but it's professional, right? And I gave you like 4 different examples that you can use, right? So this new bundle, I know we're talking about this. I got you. Yes, I will. It's not out yet, y'all. I'm still working on it. But it's heirship. Like if somebody dies and they inherit a property, y'all know I mail to, look at this. Boom. Tomorrow's mail out Monday for me, right? So I mail to pre-foreclosures and heirship properties. Because let me tell y'all, 9 times out of 10, if somebody leaves somebody a house, they gonna sell it. They are going to sell it, right? Because most people just don't want to take care of Big Mama's house. No shade to Big Mama. I had one. I had a Big Mama in Chicago. I told y'all I was from Chicago. So, but most people, in the point that a lot of people are in, they can't afford to keep up another house, right? Even if somebody leaves you a house free and clear, you still have to pay taxes on it, you guys. You still got to pay taxes on it. You still have to maintain it, right? And most people are just not in a position. If it's between having to redo a house, right? If somebody dies, leaves you a house, and it's not in good condition, right? Most of these heirship properties still got wallpaper in the rooster, wallpaper in the kitchen. Y'all know what I'm saying. The wood paneling. Y'all know what I'm saying. So you got to think about how much money you have to pour into that house to even get it ready to do anything with it, right? So the typical person, I'm not talking to our group because I know we are all investors and we all got a money mindset. I know. I'm not talking to us, but I'm talking to everybody else. I'm talking to them. Not us, them. If you offer somebody, if you say, would you rather have to take over this house, right? Somebody left it to you. It's run down, right? You got to do repairs. You got to pay the taxes. Do all that. Depending on where you live. If you live in Memphis, you got to drive by. You can't put the air conditioning unit on it because they're going to steal the air conditioning unit, right? Would you rather have to do all of that, or somebody going to give you $50,000 cash? What you going to do? You're going to be like, where do I sign? Are you going to, is it a check or are you going to wire it? You know what I mean? Like most, and I see it, you guys. I always look, like here in Shelby County, like I told y'all, they put all our business out. I can see everybody's business in Shelby County, right? So I can filter it for heirship properties, right? And so I can look and see. And when I say 90% of the time, they go from heirship to sold. They are selling them. 90% of the people, if they inherit a property, they are looking to sell it. And if they get the right offer, they're going to sell it. They're going to sell Big Mama's house. I'm just going to be honest with you. I auction off Big Mama's house all the time. All the time. Like, all the time. Which is really sad. But again, everybody doesn't have our investor mindset like our community has. But heirship is a great, if you're looking for like another stream of lead generation, heirship. I'm telling you. Yes, they do it in every kind of. Hold on, did I miss a question? If I did, it looks like McQueen Investments is answering it. But why Big Mama's got the rooster on? Y'all know that country red rooster wallpaper, right? I mean, they just have not been updated, and you know how much it costs to update stuff. And most people don't have liquid money to update another house. They got to update their own house, right? So all I'm saying, back to the bundle, it'll be heirship properties. So you can mail like I do. Mail, you know, it's very nice, very friendly. All my letters lead with love. I am not your, I'll buy your house, quick close, cash, boom. That is why they call me, you guys. When I go to their house, I see all the letters that they have gotten in the mail. And some of y'all just have on it like, Call me. I'm like, really? Really? It just says, call me, quick close. You can tell they just wrote it. Nope. But look, no shade, right? Because everybody's out here trying to do their best. And that's better than somebody who doesn't even mail, right? I'd rather see a letter that says, call me. At least they did something, right? Than somebody still sitting at home thinking and planning and trying to figure out what they're going to do. At least there was some execution. I'm all for action, execution. It's not going to be perfect, right? My first letter that I sent out, I have crafted my letter at this point. The first letter I sent out, it was good. But now over time, and I'll be honest with you guys, let me be transparent. Like, I added to my letter last week, I added, because I recognize everybody's not going to call me. Some people will read my letter and put it to the side, right? So I try to share as much information as I can. And I think that's why people call me. I put in there last week, if your house does go up for auction, request your excess funds, right? Because a lot of people just don't know that. So for me, it's like, even if you don't call me, right, I'm still going to help you as much as I possibly can. I also put in my letter, please do not wait until the last minute, because of that lady from last week who lost her house because she waited till the day of auction, right? So I added in red, please do not wait until the last minute. I used to put in my letter, hold on, I lost my train of thought. I used to put in my letter, if you are receiving this, because some people be in denial, right? So I put in red, like, if you are receiving this letter, you have an auction scheduled on your property. Because some people, and you never know if like the husband get the letter or the wife get the letter. They're like, are we in foreclosure? The letter says, if you are receiving this letter, your house is in foreclosure. So I don't know if it's going to be a problem in that house that night if the wife get it and she didn't know they were in foreclosure. They're going to know after they get my letter. That's all I'm going to say. Whoever gets my letter is going to know what's going on. So I added those two things. Request your excess funds and please do not wait until the last minute. Okay, you guys, I see y'all talking. Hi, Lena from California. Boop, boop, boop. Legal notices, that's right. When y'all ask me about pre-foreclosures, where to find auctions, I'm not going to go through that spill, but y'all know a good place is if you Google your county. I live in Shelby County, Cook, Gwinnett, wherever y'all live, public notices. Google that and it should pull up, right? You might have to dig, but it should pull up something, right? I keep telling y'all, auction.com is a great spot to look. Hold on, I see y'all talking. There's a lot of people in denial. I saw that firsthand last week when that lady lost her house, right? And she was in complete denial. And I talked about this in my stories, you guys. I feel like we have just not foreclosed on people in so long, you guys. We haven't foreclosed since COVID, you guys. We're going on 4 years since COVID. I know it seems like it was like last week. You really don't even want to say 2020, right? That's what I always say. 2020 is like a curse word. You be like, what the 2020? Like, when you think of 2020, it was rough for all of us, right? But banks have not really foreclosed since 2020. So think about that. A lot of people have just not paid their mortgage. They've been protected by some kind of COVID forbearance or something for 4 years, right? Because I'm always trying to put myself in somebody else's position, right? And so I think a lot of homeowners are in denial, or they have just not paid for so long that they don't think anything. They're still like, well, nothing gonna happen this time. And nothing happened in 4 years. The bank not gonna foreclose on me now, right? And then banks are gonna foreclose on you now, right? And I feel like that's probably what that woman, I'm guessing. I don't know what she was thinking. But I'm assuming she was just like, well, I haven't paid in a year and nothing has happened. Why should I think something would happen now? And now is when her house got auctioned off with $200,000 worth of equity in it. My feelings were hurt for her. I was about to cry with her on the phone. hold on, y'all. I'm reading what y'all are saying. Overages, excess funds. So if, okay, so the lady last week, right? Her house, she bought her house 15 years ago for $250,000. If you look on Zillow right now, her house is worth $500,000, $500,000. So I was talking to the guys when the auction was going on, and the opening bid was $285,000, right? So the opening bid, for everybody new here, at the auction, the opening bid is usually the loan balance, okay? So that's what the opening bid, whatever that loan balance on the house is usually going to be an opening bid. Her opening bid was $285,000. Her house was worth $500,000. So you know it got bid up, right? So anything over $285,000, after $285,000, her balance is cleared, are excess funds, and she should get those. So if it got bid up to $300,000, she should get at least $20,000 back because her balance has been cleared from the auction. And then anything over that, well, if she has some liens, they're going to clear her liens. That's how that works too, you guys. With the auction, that's the title, usually how they clear the title. If there's money, if there's overages, after the first lien has been cleared, if there's money, and say it's a mechanics lien sitting out there, a judgment sitting out there, they're going to start paying those with the excess money. And then whatever's left, that homeowner should get. So, but that is what, welcome from Texas, that's what excess funds are. Anything over that loan balance should go back to homeowners. So that's why I put on the letter, request your excess funds, right? Because I mean, that could help. She could get $20,000. That'll help her secure a place to live, right? So I added that to my letter because a lot of people don't know that, right? And look, if you don't ask the bank, they're not going to tell, right? You got to apply for it. So, and it was like a lawsuit. I said this, like a lawsuit a couple of months ago where a homeowner sued the bank. Like it went all the way, I think, to like the Supreme Court because she had like $40,000 in excess funds. They sold her house, but of course they bid it up, so she had money. And the bank didn't give it to her. So she sued, and they ruled in her favor, which they should. Which they absolutely should, right? I feel like once the balance gets paid off, y'all not just gonna pocket my excess money. Y'all not gonna pocket all my equity, right? So now, but a lot of homeowners don't know you can, apply for that or ask for that. So just remember that, you guys. Remember that. Because look, the bank not gonna give it to you, right? They're gonna take a bonus where they can get one, right? So let me catch up. No, I'm from local investor meetup that only deal with recovering owners. I know it's a lot of people who do tax overages and foreclosure. I didn't know it was a thing, but it's a thing that investors are, using as leverage, I think, for homeowners, right? Letting them know about I'm not sure how we're using it as leverage, but I know it's a thing. Like people do tax surplus and I guess foreclosure surplus. Y'all, I don't know. Y'all tell me. But I mean, I know they do it. I just don't know the ins and outs of it. Okay. Have you ever considered enlisting in the United States military? I haven't. So don't start. Look, y'all don't start this. It's too early. Yes, so many are in denial. Agree. Welcome from the DMV. Look at everybody in the DMV. Look at y'all. Y'all have a little meetup. A lot of people did die from COVID. That's why it's a lot of properties. Airship properties, y'all. A lot of airship. Yeah, the bank's going to be quiet. I didn't know it worked like that. Yep. Right. Okay, that's okay. That's okay, Kevin. Okay. So, hold on. Guys. Okay, so that was my point. No, what I was saying, get off. Homeowners, we haven't foreclosed since COVID, right? So I really think that homeowners are just, like it's like I hadn't paid my mortgage in 4 years. And y'all haven't done anything. Why would I think that y'all would do something now? So I think a lot of homeowners are going to be surprised that these banks are foreclosing. But keep in mind, you guys, banks are struggling right now too. Struggling. I don't care what Bloomberg and finance and stock and all that is saying. They're struggling. Y'all saw Jamie sold his stock, right? He finally went ahead and sold it. Banks are struggling. Commercial, we have 929 billion, billion with a B, billion with a B, mortgages, commercial mortgages maturing this year. 929 billion, you guys. Mortgage applications are down. I saw last week they were down 10%. Like, it's the lowest they have been like in a while. Down 10%. And we got millions of homeowners not paying their more. Y'all, the bank's struggling. And I said this. I was like, if it's between a bank trying to give a homeowner some more time or them auctioning off their house knowing they can get some money, they gonna auction it off. They will auction off because they need the money, right? And it's plenty of investors waiting to pick up these properties. Trust me. I was at the auction Thursday, and it was like 20 people out there at the auction Thursday. I was in Mississippi, and auction.com was out there, and I was out there. It was at least 20 people out there ready to bid on some properties. That's Jamal. I'm worried 4 years. I would think the baby. Right. Yeah, I'm not gonna start this. Y'all, look. I'm not gonna start this. Okay, so what was I saying? So I think homeowners are gonna be caught off guard with banks are now starting, and there's nothing protecting anybody, honestly. So I posted some stats earlier today about, I'm waiting for HUD's report. HUD's report should be out next week. We'll see. You did go to the auction. Congrats, Jamal. Everybody, Jamal, tell Jamal congrats. He went to the auction this week in Cook County, right? Right, Jamal? In Cook County? Yeah. Congratulations, Jamal. Yes, good job. Good job. I was at the auction this week. My property sold. They'd be so happy to see me when I go to the auction. Because I read fast at the auction. I don't read like how y'all think I read, but I read faster than other people, right? So, like I said, if you come to my auction, you're going to be in and out in like 10 to 15 minutes, right? So, mine sold. My property was worth like $350,000, $360,000. Opening bid was $259,000. Really nice house too, and it sold for $275,000. Let me tell y'all what happened at the auction on Thursday. Look, this reminds me, because this channel is about auctions and foreclosures. So, I get up and I read the auction, right? And I say, I've told y'all this before, I need your money as soon as it's over, right? I need certified funds in the complete amount as soon as it's over. If you are new here and you go to the auction, I only take certified funds in the full amount as soon as it's over, right? Boom, boom. I say that out loud. I say that out loud. I let everybody know, certified funds, full amount. Call the auction, right? Boom. We get up to $275. Everybody stops. The one guy is like, okay. The one guy comes over to me, and I'm because as soon as the auction is over, I go sit down, bring me your funds, right? Bring the coins to me. He come over with like a piece of paper like this, and I'm like, and so I'm waiting for him to take his checks out, and he was like, he's holding, I guess his proof of funds, you guys. And he's on the phone, sitting down next to me, holding his proof of funds on the phone. He's like, okay, I need to check for $275,000. I'm like, what are we doing here? He was like, they're going to bring, they're right up the street at the bank. They're about to bring me a check. No, sir, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. He's on the phone. Yes, make it out to, yes, $275,000. I was like, are they going to be here in 30 seconds? He was like, no. I said, you got to have your money as soon as it's over. He's like, but I didn't know how much to bring. And so, of course, the other guys, they standing there like, like if I was one of them, you know, they looking at me like, you going to let him do it, Ashley? You know what I mean? They were looking like, and so even one of the guys was like, I mean, if I could go to the bank and get my own money, I could have bid it up too. I could have bid higher. if we were going to the bank to get the money. I was like, y'all right? I'm like, you right. And I looked at him and I was like, that ain't gonna work. And so he was like, I can't get the house. I was like, nope. I said, I'm not waiting on anybody to come from the bank. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I guess you know what I mean. I was looking like, he's like, okay. I guess, I don't know. Maybe he thought I was going to be like, well, maybe just this one time. I was like, so he's like, okay, never mind. So the other guy ended up getting the property, right? So, but you guys, you can't. And so I see now, and I think more people are coming to the auction. And I get it, right? Because y'all are always asking me, how much money do I bring to the auction, right? And I'm always saying you got to figure that out before you get there, right? But he didn't know. He legit did not know, right? So when the other guy came over with his cashier's check for the full amount, he was like, how did you know how much money to bring? And he was like, you just got to calculate, you know, how much you're willing to spend, and you'll get a refund back, right? I said this, refunds and deeds come in the mail. But you got to calculate your max bid before you get there and then bring that money, right? So he learned today. He learned Thursday, right? And I'm sure he was like, yes, I got the house. No, sir, you didn't get it, right? Because I'm not going to wait on anybody to go to the bank and bring me some money back. I'm not going to wait on anybody to come from the bank to bring you some money. I'm not doing that. So he learned that day. He learned, and the other guy got it. I let the other guy get the property. But you got to have, and I'm not being mean or anything, you guys, because I know a lot of people genuinely don't know. And it was a bunch of people there at the auction that had questions. Like, it was their first time, and they were asking, like, how do you find it? How you do a title search? How do I know how much money to bring? Which is a common question, right? You can't see the inside of the property. You got to bring your full amount. You got to figure out your maximum bid, go to the bank and get it, and then bring it to the auction and hope that it's enough, right? So I understand how that can be totally confusing, right? I get that, right? So don't forget, I got a course that teaches you how to do all that. But yeah, that's why I made the course too, right? To teach you how to calculate your maximum bid, right? Because you have to calculate repairs, you have to calculate your profit. If you're going to turn around and sell it, put in your commission, right? Like, you have to know and it's hard to calculate repairs because you can't see the inside of that property, right? So that's the other hard part. You've got to estimate repairs on a property that you can't see the inside of. So it's a lot of layers at the auction. That's why I say, what, Jamal? Everybody's blood pressure is not ready for the auction. Everybody's blood pressure cannot handle the auction. It is just not. Thank you, Danita. Use code thank you. Use code thank you for the course. But hold on, I'm missing. So right now, okay, let me finish one thought, and then I got you, Antoinette. Let me finish one thought. Because there's different bundles. That's what I was talking about too. I just jump all over the place, right? But y'all are with me. Y'all are used to this at this point. Everybody's blood pressure cannot handle the auction. The auction is high risk, right? You get some incredible deals, but it's high risk. You can't see the inside of these properties. People could still be living in the property, right? It's a lot of things, but you just do your research. The more you go, the more you see. That's why I tell you all, go to the auction. Go. It's free. Just walk up there, see how quickly they get bid up, right? You can ask questions. Just ask questions. I don't know if everybody's as cool as I am, but ask. It don't matter. All they're going to say is, I don't want to answer the question, or they're going to answer it, right? Especially if auction.com is there. They will answer the questions that you have. My advice, first of all, if you have a question, right, let me finish working before you ask me a question, right? Just give me a minute. Don't come over to me while I'm taking anybody's money. Just wait until I finish, and then I will answer every single question that you have. I usually have a card. I will give people my card at the auction. But go and ask. There is nothing wrong with asking, right? and see how many people are there, how quickly it gets bid up. And yeah, you got to calculate how much money you're going to bring before you get there. But deeds and refunds come in the mail. You will get a refund, right? So just remember that, you guys. As more people are coming to auction because of these unaffordable home prices, trying to get, right, but you gotta have cash. That's the only thing. That's what like knocks a lot of people out of the auction is you gotta have cash, right? That guy had a $275,000 cashier's check, right? And but the other man was calling the bank. I guess he had them on the phone, on standby, and he was like, and then he was after I told him, I was like, He was like, never mind. She just told me I couldn't get the house. I was like, it wasn't fair. That's not fair to anybody. You know what I mean? To the guys who were there who had their money, it's not fair. And you're right. Like the guy said, if I could go to the bank and get some money, then I could bid up higher too, right? So I try to be fair, right? So he just learned, that was just a lesson that he had to learn that day, right? Yeah, decent refunds, and the hoes need lots of work from them. It just depends. It just depends, Anthony. Sometimes I auction off brand new homes, right? Think about if somebody bought a home, brand new, right? Built from the ground up and foreclosed on it. Like 3 clients ago, the lady bought her house January 2023, you guys. We're foreclosing on people who just bought in January 2023. Think about that, right? So, which is really sad in itself, right? But you could pick up a brand new house. Y'all go look at my stories. Go look at my stories on Instagram, Your Agent Ashley. It's some beautiful homes going up for auction. You guys, and the other thing, you know I get so excited when I talk about this. Clearly, if you couldn't tell, I enjoy doing what I do, right? Think about this, you guys. I said this. It's so many investors foreclosing right now. All those homes don't need work. You got investors who have flipped homes who can't get off of them, and they're in foreclosure now, right? Those are brand new remodeled homes on the up for foreclosure, right? Up for auction. I see those all the time, especially in Atlanta. Atlanta, y'all got a lot of investors that are losing property. I mean, it's just, it'll be everywhere, honestly. California, I see it in California. I see it in Georgia. I mean, 21, 22, 2021, 2022 was just like unlike anything we'd seen. Interest rates were so low. You were buying properties and flipping them. And then the market changed so quick, and a lot of investors just can't get off of those properties, right? So, and they've already flipped them. I'm seeing both. I'm seeing investors with properties that they're in the middle of renovation and in foreclosure, and I'm seeing investors who have completely remodeled it, tried to sell it, because you can look at the history, right? They bought it, flipped it, put it on the market. It didn't sell on the market. They put it up for rent. It didn't sell for, they couldn't rent it because probably that mortgage versus the rent payment wasn't going to do it. So the rent was too high. And now they're in foreclosure, right? So it's some new homes, or at least completely remodeled, going up for auction. Now that opening bid is going to be real high. That's the other thing. So you'll have to get it as an REO, right? I saw that 1,200 squatters took over a neighborhood, and what the? Yeah, I don't know. Let's just all move to an island. Let's pool our money together and buy an island. And then that's what we'll do. We'll just live there. But investors, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of investors losing their properties. So, but that's what I was saying. Thank you. That's brought me back. But the thing with properties just bought 21, 22, that opening bid is going to be too high, right? So it's not going to sell at auction. It's going to be an REO property. So y'all better watch the REO list. It's going to be some good properties on the REO list. From New Zealand, I see you. Welcome all the way. What time is it in New Zealand? What time is it? Y'all, let me catch up on these comments. I'm sorry. Okay, no, needs lots of works, but wasn't it bid up for the other guy, the second guy, and he overpaid? See, and that's the thing. Like, so I feel like he was cool with, he got his last bid. Like, I just went down to his last one. But I think if that happens again, I'm going to call that auction all over again. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to call it all over again. And because the guy who, sorry, y'all, the guy who didn't have money kind of bid it up, right? So it might have went for less than that. So I always think about that. I'm like, if that ever happens again, which it better not happen again, but if it does, I'm going to call that auction all over again. But it's like, I always have to tweak my introduction. I always got to tweak it. Like, first, it's like, you have to have cash in the full amount. Boom. And now I'm going to add, I'm not going to wait for you to go to the bank. Nobody from the bank can bring you money. As soon as the auction is over, I'm going to go sit down and you have 30 seconds to bring me your money. So I'm going to have to add that to my opening. I'm also going to add, I just thought of it, but I can't remember what I thought, but I'm going to add that to my opening so people know at the beginning. But I think I am going to call it again, right? Because it's not fair, because they kind of bid it up. You know, you don't want anybody who doesn't have money to bid it up, and they will do that. That's why a lot of times, like auction.com, these other places will verify that you have money. Like, they'll make you show your cashier's checks. So, you know, once a lot of people, I guess if a lot of people start coming to the auction, I'm going to have to start verifying people's money, you know, because people will bid just to bid it up, honestly, knowing they don't have any money. So that's not fair to people. You know, yeah, right. Right, you're right, because if I would have took his, and I mean, the guys were standing there like, like, she better not take that money, right? I know they were going to text me and be like, Ashley, you better not take his money, right? So I couldn't, like, because that's not fair. That's not fair at all. I saw one this past week bought in 2022, and it was a new build. Y'all, people, and again, and you know what I'm going to say, go back to, and I'm not going to harp on it. I'm not going to harp on it. But when you promise people that they can refinance and the interest rates don't go down and people are struggling to pay their mortgage, you're going to see people foreclose, right? Because they can't afford that mortgage. Interest rates aren't going down. A lot of people emptied their bank account trying to buy a house, which is the wrong way to buy a house, you guys. That's not how you buy a house. So it's going to happen. Interest rates haven't gone down, right? They've steady where they are. And Jerome said that don't anticipate a rate cut in March, is what he said. It's what he said. So I don't know. I don't know, you guys. And applications are down. I don't know, what are y'all seeing? Like, I feel like here more houses have come on the market. When I drive, I'm starting to see more houses pop up on the market. I dare everybody, not dare, but depending on where you live, you guys, start driving these new subdivisions and see if there's a whole bunch of houses sitting vacant. If you see people working on the houses, just go check out these subdivisions and see how many houses are just sitting vacant. And these brand new, like, you know, model homes, that's a challenge for everybody on the call. And then report back. That's your homework. If you live somewhere where there's a new build, you know, maybe just take the long way home or something and just check out and see if these builders are really busy. Because here, they are reducing prices. We got builders here who are renting out properties, and they're saying that these builders have overbuilt. It's just a lot of properties sitting vacant. I think they said, like, in North Carolina. Where's Myrtle Beach? They said they overbuilt there. It's a lot over in Texas. They're saying in Florida it's a lot of overbuild. So I always say this. You know what happened in the last crash with builders. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, if we all just hold on a little longer, we gonna get some good deals. We gonna get some good deals, right? I'm gonna get my beach house for $27.13. Boom. $27.13. If I give you a 20 and a 10, I want some change back, right? $27.13. If I typed into, and it was the first article that, yes, there are a lot of squatters in Atlanta. Yep. Cali is still appreciated. Is it? Y'all still? What part of Cali? Because, you know, y'all on the foreclosure list in California. Riverside, California, stay on the foreclosure list, right? REO properties are great properties to get a discount. Bank on. Yep. He overpaid. Yep. The auctioneer is how to check your fund. Your check. Yep. I'm reading those comments. They do make you show. No. Somebody's pressed 1 for yes. Press 2. Are y'all there? Hold on. It's going in and out. Jamal will say, is it me or did her signal go out? It went out. Like on my side, it's showing reconnecting. Are we back? Okay, y'all. Are we back? I don't know if it's a lag at this point. Are y'all here with me? We back. Okay. All right on this Sunday. Yeah, it's always me. Look, it's always me. It ain't never you. It's always me. I politely close the laptop. That's what I get when I talk about $27.13. That's what it is. Is it me? Am I glitching? Look, that probably means it's time for me to, okay, I'm glad everybody's here with me. I apologize for technical difficulties. You know, this is reality TV. Sometimes the signal go out. So, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up in a few minutes, right? Because you know when we get to a good hour, that's when all the trolls come out. So, y'all know. So we're here. Oh, so just know that about the auction. I can't remember where we were at. But it's a lot of investors. Not all properties at the auction are a mess. You could probably get some good ones. But check the REO. Everybody already knows the REO websites. Hopefully I am... Haha, Jamal. I knew you was going to say something crazy. The REO websites, you guys. I've said this all the time. HUDhomestore.gov, homepath.com, homesteps.com, and Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Truist. Really, Captain John Smith, you gonna jump in it with Jamal? John Smith, do not let Jamal influence your behavior, okay? Do not let him do that. I remember when I had dial-up, you guys. I did when I was younger. Clearly, I'm much older. So yes, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Truist all have their own REO websites that you can bookmark them. There might not be any right now, you guys, but they are coming. So bookmark them. Make sure you know how the process works, right? That's the other thing with REOs. Like HUD Home Store, make sure you know how to submit the contract and all that kind of stuff. But bookmark them. Bookmark them. They will come. I promise. They're coming. And if you're an agent, you guys, I got so much stuff I need to like put out. I'm supposed to put out how to find, you know, if you're an agent, you can be a vendor for the bank. You guys, I'm going to lose my voice too. Hold on. It's water. It's water. So, Jamal, they have the, like, where you can be an REO agent. I'm not sure what it all entails. I've heard that, like, if you're an REO agent, like, you have to get, like, the utilities turned on in your name and all that kind of stuff. But go and double check, right? If you go to, like, HUD Home Store, Home Step, Home Path, go, and there's a section that's like if you're an agent, right? And you can end up representing the bank in the situation. So yeah, go at least find out. Yeah, Clark. So go be a vendor. So I said I was gonna make a list of like emails that you can send out. Look, I gotta make a letter template for that. What to send to the REO bank so they can pick you. But you can go. They have like a little REO vendor site. So go see, like, if you're an agent. That's what I was gonna say about that. Oh, the bundle. Somebody asked about that. And do you take care of the house? Yeah, that's what I heard. Like, you got to do all the stuff for the house. Like, I heard you got to put the utilities in your name too, right? Like, you got to get the utilities turned on. But I know they reimburse you, but you've got to do all that and change the locks, and then they reimburse you, right? Is what I heard. But I mean, that was years ago. I would still check and see if what the requirements are. You know what I mean? Jamal, whatever. Okay, so the bundle. Okay, Antoinette, I did not forget your question. So right now, the only bundle that I have out right now is the pre-foreclosure, right? Where you can mail, like I said, I mail pre-foreclosures all the time. Let me also tell you guys, I always post auctions in my stories everywhere. You can reach out to them, you guys. You can reach out to them all the way up until the auction, okay? That's what I do, right? You can reach out to the homeowner all the way up until the auction. So if I post an auction in your city, I try to post them everywhere, like Atlanta. I try to find places. You can reach out to them, okay? So that's what the pre-foreclosure, it has like 30 letters, pre-foreclosure examples. It's got like a little calendar that I made for like how to market. Like one day you drive for dollars, one day you go to the auction, one day you do your mail outs. I got text messages. It's like 30 different letters you could send out. One's more urgent. Boom. That's the pre-foreclosure bundle. Now, the one that I'm about to put out is, it's one, because I'm like, I ain't gonna keep putting out all these bundles, right? Y'all gonna get all these together, right? So it's probate and heirship and vacant properties. Look, here we go. I told you once I hit about an hour, then all the foolishness come out. Hold on. Okay, so the other one is vacant, heirship, and probate. So probate includes letters you can send to people who are going through the probate process. It also includes letters that you can send to probate attorneys to work with them. Then it has heirship letters, and it also has an example of an affidavit of heirship, you guys, because a lot of people don't know. Like when somebody calls you, and I get this all the time, I get people in foreclosure that just inherited an heirship property, right? All they know is they daddy died and left them a property, and they didn't know they had to pay the mortgage, right? Because daddy didn't tell them that they still had to pay the mortgage on it, right? Listen, kids, if you have a property, please get a will. Let me say that. I know a lot of times we do not believe in wills and life insurance. Those are two things we don't believe in. But we do believe in fish fries, right? And GoFundMe's. Get a will, right? Because that is when people say divorce and death bring out the worst in people, hear me. I've never dealt with divorce. But when I tell you death, death brings out the worst in people, especially if it's daddy house or mama house. Y'all, get a will. And if you got kids in a house, you know which kid you probably need to leave your house to, right? The responsible one. That's who you need to leave your house to. And you just put it in your will, what y'all are going to do with it, right? I have seen plenty of houses go up for auction because the kids could not agree on what to do with daddy house. I am not joking. I had a lady call, they had like almost $200,000 worth of equity in their house. Y'all, daddy died and left them the house, right? So now it's, when it comes to heirship, I pick and choose. I'm going to be completely honest with you, right? And that one was the one that made me be like, I'm going to pick and choose when it comes to these, right? Dad died, left the kids the house, did not have a will, okay? And the house still had a mortgage on it. So I reached out, kid calls me and says, we're in foreclosure. They got my letter, I got your letter, we're in foreclosure. Boom. What's going on with the house? It was my daddy's house. He died, left us the house. I'm like, how many kids is it? Right? I'm like, is it other kids? She was like, yes. I said, how many? Y'all, that girl said 18. 18. Like 1-8. Like how much I'm going to pay for my beach house. 18 siblings. I said, oh, okay. I said, okay. I said, well, Papa was a rolling stone. He was a rolling stone. I said, okay. Well, and this was my first. So I'm like, what's going on in the house? She's like, I live in the house. I said, okay, you're in the house. She said, I'm in the house. I took care of my daddy when he died. I'm the one that's in the house, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, so back to these 18. So do you know their names and addresses? Yes, but I don't talk to them because they didn't do nothing when my daddy died. I don't talk to them, but I'm like, here we go. Here we go. I said, well, can you give me one of their numbers? I'll reach out to them. She started crying on the phone because I took care of my daddy and blah. I was like, so let me give you some advice right now. Let me give you some advice right now to if you decide to reach out to Heirship Properties. Do not get involved in family drama. You are the mediator, right? When people start going off on, I don't talk to, boop, boop. All I said was, I understand. I just want to let you know you got an auction on Friday. How do you want to proceed with this? Your house is being auctioned off on Friday. We need to get an affidavit of heirship, right? Because she's like, I'm calling the bank and the bank is not talking to me. Have you done an affidavit of heirship? We haven't. What's that? I've been on mental leave. I haven't been to work. I'm taking... Okay, we need to do an affidavit of heirship. We need to get, so you all know, and I put an affidavit of heirship in the bundle that you can use. Keep in mind you have to get it notarized. But what is an affidavit of heirship? It's when like an outside friend of the family can attest that this sibling, like this was their dad, this was the sibling, right? It says something like, I would say, I, Ashley Pickens, know that John Williams, who lived at 123 Main Street, had 3 kids. His 3 kids were Huey, Dewey, and Louie. You know what I mean? He lived at the property. You need 2 people to verify that. Well, it depends on the attorney. Usually it's 2 people. Sometimes an attorney will be like, you need 3. Usually it's 2. But you need 2 outside people to verify the homeowner and kids and relationships, and it needs to be notarized. And then you file that with the county, okay? File that with the county. A lot of times they want to see a death certificate and they want to see an obituary, right? And please don't look, y'all. Papa was a Rolling Stone, and so on the obituary, it had, whatever his name was, left 18 kids and 2 kids that he took in as his own. Y'all doing too much. Too much. So keep in mind when it comes to affidavit of heirship, we need all the siblings to agree to sell it. Because when you sell it, boop, 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 everybody's got to sign, okay? If one of the siblings has died, that's why I be like, look, some of them you just got to be like, look, I don't even want to deal with it. Because if a sibling has died, then you go to the children of the sibling. That's why you need a will and life insurance, period. Period. You see how long this story took? You see how long this story took? If he would have had a will and life insurance, it could have been done, right? So, to finish this story, I ended up talking to a couple other the siblings, and they were like, we don't talk to her who live in the house, she been in daddy's house, blah, blah. I understand all of that. I understand all of that. But you have an auction on Friday. And guess what, you guys? Guess what? The house went up for auction. It went up for auction, and they lost all of daddy's $150,000 worth of equity. It went up for auction because they could not agree. They could not come together. They couldn't find a family member who could attest. They lost dad's house and $150,000 worth of equity in it that they could have all used. Right? Get a will and get some life insurance, and let's stop having fish fries and GoFundMes. That's all I'm going to say. Look, that's the main point. If you don't get nothing else out this video, get a will, right? And some life insurance. So, that house went up for auction, and all I could do was connect them with the investor that bought it. And I was like, he bought it this morning, and I said, look, it's a whole family. I told the investor, I'm like, it's a whole family. Here's their information. One of them is living in the house. And they worked it out. And so he got the house and flipped it and made $150,000 worth of profit. So, yes, and a trust. Do something. Handle your business is what I would say. handle your business when it comes to houses and properties and all that. And you know your kids, right? You know your kids, right? You know who's going to be the responsible one. Death and divorce, right? Just brings out the worst in people. I will say that. You know your kids, right? They be fighting over grandma's lamp, right? And won't sign the paperwork. But anyway, back to the bundle, because I done got off track, right? The bundle. Yes, everybody. Will, trust, life insurance, have conversations, have tough conversations. We ain't all living forever, right? We are not all living forever. So have those conversations, right? Yeah, quit claim. Look, my name on my mama and grandmama house, right? Put my name right on that deed, so it's no problems. But again, I'm an only child. So, but anyway, that's my point. Have tough conversations, right? We're not living forever. Find out, what do you want us to do with this house when the time comes? Can we sell it? Look, some of y'all got to talk about who get this lamp, who getting this. You know, I want this. You know, my mama said that I could have this. That y'all work that out while people are still alive. You know what I mean? Because that is a situation, right? So, and I know y'all be like, my kids would never do that. They would. They will. They will be fighting over your lamp and the carpet and the dishes. They will fight over a fork, right? So, look, I made sure it's on lock. I'm already like, so y'all know my grandmother is 100. My grandmother will be 100 in April 29th. My grandma will be 100. So, and she bought her house like for $30,000. Booyah, like 50 years ago. I was like, thank you, grandma. So, and then my mom's older too. So I'm making sure, right? Again, I'm the only child. But anyway, we ain't gonna have no problems about that. And that's my advice to you, you guys. Jamal, your grandma, I bet it is 106. Yes, they will fight for the wallpaper, right? And let the house go in foreclosure. They're gonna fight for some wallpaper, but won't fix a roof or cut the grass. Trust me, I see it. So, or, look at me, I'll get all up. Or they're going to refinance it, pull the money out, and then don't pay that loan, and then it's in foreclosure. I see that all the time. Parent die, refinance the house, get all the money out of it, and then don't pay that refinance payment, and then it's in foreclosure. And then I end up auctioning it off. So, don't be that either. Have those hard conversations. Come on, grandma in downtown Charlotte. I'd be like, yes, for being responsible back in, shoot, my grandma was born in 1924. My grandma was born in 1924. So, you know, yep, or lose it to property taxes. That's the other thing. You got to have these conversations with your kids and family members. Like, even if I leave you this house, right, you still got to pay the property taxes, right? That is a thing. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I market to Airship, because they will sell it. They will absolutely sell it for the money, right? How long will an overage? I don't know. That's a good question. How long will an overage stay? I don't know. You would think forever. But I don't know. I would probably try to call as soon as possible, right? I don't know, maybe a year, maybe 6 months. It's the bank. They might be scandalous, right? They're going to be like, it was 30 days and this is the 31st day. You know what I mean? But I'm not sure. I think that's a good question. It's the bank, right? They're going to take that bond on the 31st day. They're going to take that money and add it to their paycheck, right? How do you deal with being an only child and having to take care of both parents and grandparents for yourself? I know that's difficult, right? Luckily, my grandmother is 100. She still lives in her house. She still drives. She still works in the garden. Like, God is good. Let me say that. Both of them are up, and, like, my grandmother's, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's, you know, but we check on them and drive her to the grocery store and take her to the doctor. You know what I mean? It's just those things. So, and then, look, my grandmother already, like, we have the conversations, right? So my grandmother's already paid for her burial spot. She's like, this is where I'm getting buried at. I've already paid for the plot. This is it. Boom. You know what I mean? Because we all gonna die. My grandmother is 100. Like, it'll hurt me to death. But you know what I mean? Like, you gotta have these conversations. So she's already got it all planned out, right? She had, look, I know y'all like, this is not what I came here for, Ashley, but look, y'all finna get Ashley. Y'all are in my house. So we gonna talk about me for a second. So, like, she had 12 brothers and sisters. She has outlived all of them, right? So she had to bury all of her brothers and sisters. So, you know, it's just a conversation that we had to have, right? And I encourage y'all to have that, you know? Yeah, right. I mean, it's true. Shooting after COVID, right? It's like, you never know what could happen, right? You just never know. So, she is good. She is good. Danita, I saw your message. How long will it stay? Can you just put the beneficiary as a co-owner? I don't know. Can you put the beneficiary as a co-owner? The beneficiary to your life insurance? To what? You know me, I'm trying to put together translate the questions. You know, for me, I'm like, just put me on the deed, right? So it's no problems. You got to come through me. Everybody's got to come through me, right? So, or just put it in a will, what you want to leave, how you want to leave your house, who you leaving it to, right? What you want to do. We're going to sell this house and the siblings can divide the money up equally. So it's no, right? You know what I mean? So, do you know how to pull the list of heirship in your course? So that's not in my course. But how I pull heirship, and I think it's different for every county. Like, I go to my county records and deeds because people have to file that affidavit of heirship. You can see that. So for Shelby County, I can filter it. I know in Mississippi you can filter it too. Y'all got to play in these systems a little bit. Like the county records and deeds office, I can filter it for affidavit of heirship. And then it'll bring me up, like, and it's so many. It's so many. Yeah, it's a ton, right? So try and see how you can do affidavit. Do PropWire? PropWire doesn't have a spot for heirship, does it? They got like all, or PropStream. I don't remember seeing on PropWire if they have a filter for heirship. I don't know. But look on your county records and deeds and see how you can pull that. Because I pulled the affidavit of heirship. And that's what's included in the bundle. Look, let me bring it on back full circle because that's where we were going. And then I got off about heirship. So the affidavit of heirship example is in the bundle. So you can print them out. You know, they can fill it in. You got to get it notarized. That's the other thing. And then they file it with the county, right? Because a lot of people, if they're in foreclosure and they inherited a property, the bank might not talk to them. I've heard a lot of people say that. I called the bank, they won't talk to me. Right, because you ain't on the deed, right? I told them my mama died. They're not going to talk to me. You need to fill out an affidavit of heirship and file it with the county. And then let them know, hey, I got an affidavit of heirship. You want to see this death certificate. You want to see this obituary. And then usually the bank will start talking to you once they know that you got ownership of that property, right? An affidavit of heirship is a good showing of ownership. Okay, so that's in the bundle. It's also got, so for vacant and abandoned, I know a lot of people drive for dollars. I know a lot of people market to vacant and abandoned zombie properties. So I got a letter for that if you want to reach out to those people. And like I said, I made one for the neighbors. So I know a lot of, so it's like a couple of different ones. Like I made so many different, I think it's 10 of everything. Like 10 attorney probate letters. That was real country. 10 attorney probate letters. And I'm going to include like the most popular probate attorneys, right? And I'll include in there like how to find probate attorneys in your county. I do so much. I do too much, really. So it's got like 10 probate attorney letters. Then it's got 10 probate reach out to homeowner letters. You can craft all of them, take what you want, print them out and print, you know what I mean? Then it's got vacant properties. 10 of those letters, figure out how you want, you know, they're all different kind of tones. Find one that resonates with you. And then, like I said, like if you, a lot of times if you find a vacant or abandoned property, they have neighbors. It's been plenty of times I have pulled up to a house and it's empty, but a neighbor will come out. And I'm like, do you know what's going on with this house? You know what I mean? And the neighbor will talk to you. So I made a letter that you can leave in the neighbor's mailbox. You just fill in the address, and it's nice and professional. And it's like, if you have any information on the neighbor, please reach out to me. You know, like, I I live in the neighborhood. You know, you craft it how you want to craft it, right? And I'm interested in this property. If you have any information, please call me. So I put that in there. Y'all, I try to like think of everything that y'all need. Um, and you could probably like print out like a bunch of them. So if you do drive for dollars, I put like, there's one where all you got to do is fill in the address, right? Like, I'm interested in filling the address and then leave it. You know what I mean? Put your information on it though. Put like your phone number and all that kind of stuff on it so they can reach you. You know what I mean? So that's what's in that bundle: vacant, abandoned, probate, and airship. Because like I said, I ain't gonna be making 150 bundles for y'all. I'm just putting everything in like one thing. Okay, so the goal is to try to help you as much as possible when it comes to the distressed market and all the advertising that you need. So I had somebody get the letters and they were like, I love the letters. Do you have door hangers? I'm like, I didn't know I had to make door hangers. So now I'm on here trying to make door hangers, right? But I do have a brochure, and I'm sure, let me see if I got it, you guys, real quick, and then I'm gonna get off of here because tomorrow y'all gotta go to work. Y'all go to work tomorrow. Hold on, I was trying to see if I had a brochure in here. These are my folders that I use when I go talk to like United Housing, or if I need to talk to, like, I'll go to United Housing and teach them about foreclosure. So I have little folders and handouts for them. But anyway, I have a brochure, right? And I figured out a way that I can give it to y'all and y'all can customize it. Basically, you can literally just plug in your information and print it out if you want to. So with my brochures, I do not give brochures to everybody, right? Y'all are probably talking. Y'all are talking. I know, door hangers. It's going to be like $11 or $12. Y'all know I don't be like charging y'all for a lot of stuff. But what was I going to say? Brochure. And you can like put your picture in it. All you really need to do is just put your picture in it and your information, and you can print it out. So boom. If that's what you want to do. So I'm working on that. I'm working on everything, you guys. So, okay, you guys, I ain't charging $100, you guys. I just made some letters. Y'all can use them. I'm going to try to just keep in mind what you need for distressed market, right? That's the market I work on. I enjoy working the distressed market. So, and I know a lot of people advertise to the distressed market. You know, like y'all are trying to break into it, which you should, right? Because when the foreclosures come, everybody's going to be a foreclosure expert. Everybody's going to say they work with foreclosures. That's why you get in there now, right? And learn what's going on. So, and you craft everything now. That's why I've crafted my letters. So now I love my letter at this point. Like, I think it's perfect. And honestly, if y'all reach out to me, I usually just send my letter to y'all, actually. But that's the thing, you know, so I encourage you to market, because I mean, everybody, if you're in real estate, you've seen how much the market has changed and pivoted and slowed down, and you know what I mean? So you just have to adjust, especially if you want to stay in the market. So you just pivot, right? So, you guys, I think that's it. I don't have nothing else to talk about. I can't open my computer or the signal might go out. I know, you guys, so I'm going to have the separate bundles, right? I'll probably have like a short sale bundle and I don't know, just a whole distress market. What is that? Bankruptcy, and you got to give me time. And then I'll just put them all together in one, so you can buy them all, or you can buy the ones that you want, right? No. They're not just for realtors. They're for investors. Like, it's a ton of people on here who, you know what I mean? You can, so I know, hold on. You see, I'm trying to get my thought together because I'm taking you all the way back to real estate school. So, you know how many wholesalers are not real estate, don't have licenses? You know what I mean? And that's who come see me all the time, right? Wholesalers who are Like the guy who was like, I door knock. Do you have door hangers? You know, I'm like, good for you. What's his name? Javier in the DMV. He hit me up. He got the letters and he was like, thank you. Do you have door hangers? I'm like, he's like, so when I'm out door knocking, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even mad at you, right? I love people who get out, and y'all don't overthink it. Anything you do consistently works. Just because I don't cold call or door knock doesn't mean that doesn't work. If you do it, everything works if you do it consistently. That's the only thing. That is the only thing. Welcome from, you're always somewhere. You with Thailand, Bangkok? Yes. Anything you do consistently works. I'm just happy that y'all doing something, right? Not just, what did they say? They said most dreams die in the planning stage, right? And I agree. Some of y'all overthink. Y'all want stuff to be perfect. I can't do it until this. It's too hot outside. It's too cold outside. I can't do. That's like me when I go to the gym, right? I can find an excuse not to go to the gym, right? It's too hot. It's too cold. I just ate. I didn't eat enough, but just do it. You know what I mean? And people won't call you back every single time, but just do it. And I feel like get out of your comfort zone. Danita be on here cold calling. Danita, that's what I'm talking about. And got a deal locked up, cold calling. Do it. You know what I mean? I know a guy here who makes $100,000 a month off of, and he cold calls. He cold calls, got the deals, boom. Like he killing it here, honestly. And he cold calls. And the more you do it, the better you get, right? You know, that's how I felt. The more the letters I send out, the more I talk to people, the more I'm like, okay, I got this. The more you do it, like YouTube, you guys, like social media, the more I come on here, the better it gets, the more comfortable it is. And now, you know, now I don't care at this point. But just do it. Execution, right? Execution. That's the biggest thing, right? So if you cold call, door knock, send letters, whatever you do, just do something. That's all I'm saying. Just do something. Go after it. That's right. All my stuff is down, linked below. The course, if you're going to the auction, you got to do a title search. You got to drive by the property. You got to practice. You got to figure out your maximum bid. It's all in the course. I gave you a calculator. I gave you cash for keys letters. I give you a property tracker. I give away the property tracker. If you are on my newsletter, if you are subscribed to my newsletter, I give away the property tracker for free. And it's where you keep up with all your auctions, all your properties. Boom. I also give you a checklist. That's what I also give you in the airship bundle, airship, vacant, probate. I give you a checklist that you can give to the homeowners because most people have no idea how the probate process works, right? So I made like a little homeowner checklist that you can share with them. You know what I mean? So they understand how the process works. I made it really nice and neat, right? So that's also included in it. Boom. Yeah. I might put some little manifestation cards in it, some affirmation cards. I put affirmation cards in the Auction Accelerator course. I don't know. Everybody like a good affirmation, right? We real estate investors. We need encouragement. So I put like some little affirmation cards in the Auction Accelerator course. Maybe I'll put it in all my bundles. Some little affirmation things to tell you to keep going. I bet it is. My daughter's in Florida. In Florida. Yes. Yeah, look in the Auction Accelerator. You know, it's like a million things in there. I got the property tracker, the repair calculator, the max bid calculator. I've listed out all the most common repairs, how much they cost you. So you can plug that into the repair calculator. So then you can calculate your max bid, everything, you guys, in the Auction Accelerator. Use code thank you. It's always a code. Title search is a must. I teach you how to do a title search and give you a title search checklist. You are beautiful. You is beautiful and you is smart too. It's the way I feel. If you ask me, I'm going to say absolutely. You know what I mean? About it's the foreclosure wave coming. But just know it lasts for a while, right? This year, it's coming, but it'll be just the beginning, is what I'm saying, right? Again, let's see, January, February, March. Let's see, right? Now I see they came out with this new modification that we just read about, this new assistance for homeowners behind on their mortgage. I expect they'll come out with something else, right, to help homeowners. Once these numbers start coming in, once January, February, March, once we see how many people are not paying, I told y'all they said 1 in 10. 1 in 10 FHA loans are in default. 1 in 10. Now that's insane. So once, you know, they're going to do something. They'll do something. But we'll see how much longer can banks hold on, right? That's the thing. How much longer can banks hold on? Like we saw the crack last March. You guys, look. Look. Last March is when what? Isn't that when Signature Bank failed? Last March. It's going on a year. Let's see what happens in the spring. January, February, March. Let's see what happens here in the next couple of months. But I know we're going to see those foreclosure numbers skyrocket. Well, the default numbers, right? If they start putting all these people, we just got to see who hasn't paid coming out of COVID forbearance, right? January, we should get February numbers. We're going to see. We are going to see. Yeah, and for the next couple of years, Carl, for the next couple of years, I'm anticipating like the next, I could say 3 to 5, I could say the next 2 to 4, the next few years, foreclosures are going to be prevalent. I think we're going to start seeing short sales coming back because these home values are dropping. You guys, these home values are coming down. Houses are sitting on the market, right? These houses are sitting. And you know, the longer they sit, they're going to start reducing these prices, you guys. And it only take a couple of your neighbors to reduce their prices. And then there go your equity, right? So I say, yes, absolutely. And I always say that. I always say, y'all know this. The last crash was 2008. The peak of foreclosures was 2010, right? 2010, we saw 1 million foreclosures. 2009, we saw 915,000 foreclosures. Like it just came over the years. So, and we've got so many factors when it comes to foreclosures. Like we got so many different, I feel like, groups of people behind. Like, so of course we got commercial loans, right? We've got people who were in foreclosure when COVID hit. Y'all, we got 4 years worth of people. Okay, y'all know these stats. I do the stats all the time. In a normal year, you guys, we foreclose on 150 to 200,000 people a year. In a normal year, like 2018, I think the numbers were like 190,000 people we foreclosed on. That's normal for us, 150 to 200,000, right? COVID hit, we've been like 40,000. I think 2021, we might have been 43,000. 2022, we were 25,000. You guys, we have not foreclosed on people in 4 years. Think about that. You guys, how many people were in foreclosure, on the way to foreclosure, COVID hit, they stopped. Think of 4 years worth of people who are in foreclosure. Think about people, again, who thought that they could refinance and they aren't able to refinance. You guys, it's just a lot in the pipe. You know what I mean? Think about these jobs. Unemployed. Y'all, every time I looked, I think they said Nike laying off 2%. Go to dailyjobcuts.com. Dailyjobcuts.com. Let unemployment start going up. Foreclosure is going to start going up too. That's going to be the next thing right with it, right? As soon as these jobs start laying off, boom. And now every time I look at the news, you guys, look at Bloomberg and all these Yahoo Finance. Baby, everybody's tone has changed since a year ago and 2 years ago. Everybody's like, no recession, everything's fine, the market is great, the economy is good, everybody's got a job, 3 jobs. Watch them now. Every time everybody's chief economic officer is like, well, we overshot our predictions. Now we're lowering our numbers aren't as strong as we thought they were going to be. I'm like, y'all, we've been in a recession. Like, stop. Retail numbers weren't as strong as we thought they were. Everybody's tone has changed. Everybody is like, well, and then here come these job layoffs. You know, here come the job layoffs. So it's so many factors going on. Everybody bought investment properties because Airbnb was so hot. Like, but it's not right now. You know what I mean? Especially New York. Y'all catching hell in New York with Airbnb and rentals and commercial. All I'm saying, this is going to be some deals. Y'all better be trying to reach out to these people and stack some money. That's what y'all better be doing. Danita, I see you over there cold calling. That's right. Stack some money. So when the deals come, you know what I'm saying? You can get them. I only need 220s for my beach house. 220s. And I'm going to get some change back. I'm just letting you know. Hold on. Y'all are talking. Overton Foreclosure will be my bread. That's right, Carl. We see you, Carl. They are experts at kicking the can. They sure are. And you know we got this election coming up, and that's going to be the wild card. And let's pray we don't go to war. You know what I mean? It's always something. It's always something. Right? So, it's anything could throw us off a little bit. Because if we do, hopefully we don't go to war. Right? Then they're going to lower the interest rates. We're going to see about these interest rates, you guys. But they said do not expect any lower interest rates in March. So, we'll see. We will see. You do need to start an eviction company, right? And a clean out company, and a cleaning company, and a storage company. I don't know. Who knows? Start all the companies, you guys. Or can kick the can down the road with the bank. They can, and that's what they've been doing, you guys. Like they said, most people have exhausted every single option when it came to mortgage assistance, right? People got a modification, and they got a forbearance, and then now, you know what I mean? They've been through the whole process, right? And now here we are, and now they're still coming out of this process, and they still can't pay, right? They just can't afford it, right? Here, I don't know what y'all's food pantry line is looking like, but here I think ours is like the first Thursday, and that food line is so long. It's like 2 miles. I'm not even exaggerating. Like the food pantry line is like 2 miles long here at the first of the month. Like people waiting on food. Right? It's just, y'all, we got a lot going on. That's all I got to say. We got a lot going on. Please do a prayer for my uncle because of that. I'm sorry about your uncle. Yeah. Evictions back like crazy. Homelessness is going to be, yeah. They said our homelessness is as high as it has ever been, like ever. Ever. Right? That's so crazy. Gonna need OnlyFans. You need 120. That's what I'm talking about, Danita. Yeah, election is the wild card, you guys. Election is the wild card, right? It just is. We will see what happens. You know, nobody wants a whole trail of foreclosures. Or maybe they want to be the one that saves people from foreclosures. Or maybe they got a hidden agenda where they want to help the people like Wall Street pick up properties. You never know, right? You never know people's agenda. You never know what their end game is. Right? But all I'm saying is y'all better save your money. You better stack your money. Like go, just execute is all I'm saying. If you're going after a distressed market, if you're working real estate, do all the things is all I'm saying. And don't buy any flat screen TVs. That's all I'm saying. Y'all's auction is next. Y'all, if you're in Atlanta or Georgia, go to the auction. Not this week. Next week. It's the 5th, right? March. The first Tuesday, go to the auction in Atlanta. Whatever county you're in, go. I think it's at the county courthouse. Y'all look it up. Look on auction.com. Put it in. Put your county in and see when the next auction is and go. Especially in Georgia. See what y'all got going on in Georgia. Go. Because when y'all get these houses, y'all going to need buyers. Boom. Go to the auction. There's a whole bunch of buyers at the auction. That's all I'm saying. That's where most of my buyers come from, the boys at the auction, because I know they got money. Food every Saturday at the, it's over 500. See, Carl. I mean, I see the one that's on Park. I'm in Memphis, so Carl clearly is in Memphis too. On Park, and they have it at a church, you guys, and the church is like on the corner. And when I drop Gabby off at school, I mean, they got the whole lane The line is like 2 miles long. People waiting on food. So you guys be grateful if you got food and a roof and heat and air. Let's say that. And I encourage you to get a head start and be proactive on what's to come. That's how I feel. Like, learn the websites. If you're going to do REOs, reach out to the banks now, because you know everybody will be trying to reach out to the banks. Start making those relationships. You know what I mean? If you want to cold call, start cold calling. You know what I mean? If you want to door knock, door knock. I ain't door knocking in Memphis though. I live in Memphis, y'all, so I ain't door knocking. But mail, and just do it consistently. That's what I'm saying. Consistently. I don't know why Jamal and Clark the realtor and Danita aren't on, and everybody else on this channel don't put out videos about what's going on in their market. That's all I'm saying. I would watch it. That's all I'm saying. You know, and I think that's what has helped me and my channel is I share information about foreclosures. So now people come to me about foreclosures. Y'all could do that in your market too, you guys. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, okay, you guys, I've been on here like 96 minutes. That's right, Jamal. I need to hear all about Chicago's market. And y'all stay on the list with foreclosures, Jamal. I want to see a video about foreclosures. Jamal trying to rush me off the phone. Look at Jamal trying to rush me off the phone. Okay, you guys, but Jamal is right. It's been 97 minutes, right? So, thank you. I am the foreclosure queen. I'm just kidding. But, can I come to you about marriage? I just do foreclosures. Look, that's all I do. That's all I do, you guys. Sorry. But I encourage, all my links are below, you guys. The auction accelerator, if you're going to the auction, the code is thank you. The foreclosure bundle is down there. The probate, airship, vacant, it'll be out tomorrow, you guys. So, no, I'm not married. So, all of that's coming. I'm going to be your your one-stop shop distressed marketplace. Look, I'm going to have signs. Y'all can order your signs from me, like how people have the We Buy Houses. I'm going to make a good sign, and y'all can put it out in your area. Boom, boom. And door hangers and brochures, right? So, all the things. So, check all of the links below. Check all the links below. Yep, look, I'm going to have banded signs and everything, you guys. Y'all gonna come to me. The distressed. Hold on, let me come up with a name. The distressed dominator. The distressed express. I don't know. I'll come up with something, you guys. I'll let you know. Sign up for the newsletter, you guys. Sign up for the newsletter. I always give like free stuff and all that kind of stuff. So, you're right, Jamal. You're right. So, okay, I'm working on it. Just know I'm working on it. I will be back here next Sunday, you guys. I don't have anything coming up. I got mentorship meeting. Oh, the mentorship. The link is down below, right? It's down below. If you want to join the mentorship with Danita, come on over there. Sign up for the newsletter. Mentorship, I teach you how to, take over your market, right? So I mail, you guys. Everybody knows that I mail. But this is not my only marketing method. Let me say that. I mail. This is what I've been doing the most, but there's other things that I do, okay? That I incorporate to get in touch with homeowners. I touch homeowners 4 times. One of them is a letter, right? So once that first notice goes out, they have 4 weeks until their auction. And I reach out to them every single week until their auction, right? But I don't door knock and I don't cold call. So that is what the mentorship is about. I teach you all of that and all my methods. So all of that is down below. All of my links are in one spot, you guys. So that is it. If y'all don't have anything else to talk about, I'm going to get off of here. It's been 99 minutes and 50 seconds. So, you guys, that's it. Y'all know my recommendations for movies. The Big Short, 99 Homes. It's got a lot of profanity, but still watch it. 99 Homes. The Inside Job, and Too Big to Fail. That's a new one. I like that. They're all documentaries on the last housing crash, you guys. So, your homework assignment is to go to an auction. I would love to hear about that. Send me pictures. Or drive through a subdivision, like a new builder subdivision, and see how busy it is. See if they're really busy. They're not. So that is it, you guys. I will see you next Sunday. I'm on Instagram, Your Agent Ashley. I'm on YouTube. Boom. Your Agent Ashley. And I'm on Gmail. If you want to email me, youragentashleigh@gmail.com. Okay, you guys? I think that's it. Everybody happy? All minds clear? Like at church. I hope you all enjoyed this, you guys. Yep, The Inside Job, Big Short, 99 Homes, and Too Big to Fail. Yep, all movies about the housing market crash. So, y'all didn't know I was going to preach tonight, huh? I'm just kidding. Okay, you guys. We're all hanging up. We're all hanging up on 3. Okay, ready, you guys? Bye, Nancy. Bye, Van. Bye, Jamal. Bye, Dee. Bye, the Affiliate Marketing Express. Bye, B-Love. Okay, yes, go do your homework and report back to me. Bye, my dog Rex in Florida. Okay, you guys. 1, 2, 3. Bye.